The open-source artificial intelligence sector is experiencing unprecedented innovation as mixture of experts architectures become the dominant approach for large language models. Meta's Llama 4 family demonstrates impressive capabilities with its 10 million token context window, enabling extended reasoning over massive information volumes. DeepSeek version 3.2 leads the open sector in mathematical execution, achieving an impressive 96% accuracy on the GSM-8K benchmark, while optimizing efficiency by activating only 37 billion parameters per token. Meanwhile, Moonshot AI's Kimi K 2.5 employs advanced reinforcement learning techniques to significantly improve autonomous tool call execution at scale. This wave of innovation marks a fundamental shift, as open-source models now match or exceed proprietary alternatives across multiple performance benchmarks. Researchers at MIT have unveiled Murakab, a groundbreaking system designed to optimize the design and deployment of multi-step workflows that power modern AI applications. The system directly addresses the engineering challenge of orchestrating complex AI pipelines by automating workflow architecture decisions and optimization processes. Murakab enables enterprises to reduce the time and effort required to bring AI applications from development to production deployment. By streamlining the typically complex process of workflow design and optimization, the system helps organizations overcome bottlenecks that delay AI implementation. This breakthrough represents a significant step forward in making enterprise AI deployment more efficient and scalable. On June 2, 2026, a significant infrastructure disruption impacted Anthropic's Claude services, affecting thousands of developers and enterprise customers across multiple platforms. User failure rates began rising dramatically around 2:19 a.m. Eastern Time, leaving engineers unable to execute critical automated workflows and API operations. The outage encompassed Claude AI, the developer console, the Claude API, and the specialized Claude Code Execution Engine, disrupting work for organizations relying on these services. Anthropic's engineering teams quickly identified the underlying root cause and implemented a recovery patch within several hours to restore service. This incident has reignited important conversations within the industry regarding single point-of-failure vulnerabilities in cloud-based AI infrastructure and the need for improved redundancy and failover mechanisms. Security researchers have discovered that exposed model context protocol servers have become powerful vectors for cloud-based attacks, enabling threat actors to not only access sensitive data, but also take direct control of underlying cloud services. Researchers scanning approximately 19,000 MCP servers worldwide have identified numerous vulnerabilities and misconfigurations that attackers can exploit. The emergence of AI-powered tools capable of rapidly discovering and weaponizing zero-day vulnerabilities in these servers has further escalated the risk landscape. This finding demonstrates how cloud infrastructure components, initially designed for legitimate automation purposes, can become critical attack surfaces when not properly secured. Organizations deploying MCP servers must now implement rigorous access controls, continuous monitoring, and vulnerability assessment programs to prevent unauthorized access. Google-owned Mandiant has revealed that a critical zero-day vulnerability in Cisco Catalyst SD-WAN was actively exploited for at least 2 months before public disclosure and patching. The vulnerability, tracked as CVE 202620245 with a CVSS score of 7.8, allowed authenticated local attackers to execute arbitrary commands with elevated system privileges, effectively granting root-level access. An unknown threat actor had discovered and exploited this flaw during this extended window, potentially compromising multiple organizational networks. Mandiant's investigation uncovered the hidden exploitation through forensic analysis of affected systems, highlighting how sophisticated threat actors can maintain persistent access through zero-day vulnerabilities while remaining undetected. This discovery underscores the critical importance of incident response capabilities and continuous security monitoring. Microsoft has quietly extended its free Windows 10 Extended Security Updates program by an additional year for consumer devices, providing enrolled users with continued access to critical security patches beyond the standard support lifecycle. This extension allows consumers using legacy Windows 10 systems to maintain security protection without immediate pressure to migrate to newer operating systems. Enrolled devices will continue receiving essential security updates that protect against emerging threats and vulnerabilities. The extension demonstrates Microsoft's commitment to providing a smoother transition pathway for consumer users who may not be ready for immediate operating system upgrades. This policy change provides flexibility for individuals and small office environments while maintaining their security posture. Buoyant, the company behind the open-source Linkerd service mesh, has announced a groundbreaking optimization in Linkerd 2.20 that achieves an 85% reduction in control plane memory consumption. This significant improvement enables organizations to run Kubernetes environments with substantially lower resource requirements while maintaining full functionality. The optimization is particularly valuable for resource-constrained deployments and organizations focused on reducing operational costs and environmental impact. Linkerd's lean and efficient architectural approach continues to differentiate it in the crowded Kubernetes ecosystem, making it an attractive choice for enterprises seeking sustainable cloud-native infrastructure. This release demonstrates how focused engineering efforts on efficiency can deliver substantial improvements in production Kubernetes deployments. Container security provider Minimus has announced that its entire catalog of hardened container images is now available for free without requiring developers to register. This decision significantly lowers the barrier to entry for implementing security-hardened containers in development pipelines. Developers and organizations can now directly access pre-secured container images that follow security best practices, eliminating the need to manually harden images from scratch. This move supports the broader industry shift towards security by default in containerization practices. By making hardened images freely accessible without registration friction, Minimus is enabling developers to build more secure applications by default while accelerating adoption of container security practices across the development community. GitOps has solidified its position as the dominant Kubernetes deployment pattern in 2026, with Argo CD emerging as the leading implementation with over 18,000 GitHub stars and widespread enterprise adoption. The GitOps approach uses Git repositories as the authoritative single source of truth for all infrastructure state and configuration. When developers merge pull requests updating deployment specifications, Argo CD automatically detects changes and rolls out new versions using Kubernetes native rolling update strategies, eliminating the need for manual kubectl commands. This declarative approach to infrastructure management brings significant improvements in auditability, repeatability, and security. The widespread adoption of GitOps represents a fundamental shift in how organizations manage and deploy applications to Kubernetes, moving from imperative operations toward declarative infrastructure management. Taiyi Quantum, a leading Chinese quantum computing company, has successfully completed a strategic financing round, raising 300 million yuan, equivalent to approximately $44 million United States dollars. This funding brings the company's total capital raised to over $59 million, supporting its ambitious technical roadmap. Taiyi Quantum specializes in developing neutral atom quantum computers using ytterbium atoms, a promising approach for building scalable quantum systems. The company is pursuing logical qubit demonstrations and long-term scaling capabilities with the goal of achieving practical quantum error correction. This funding round reflects China's commitment to developing domestic quantum hardware capabilities and reducing dependence on international suppliers for critical quantum technologies. Quira Computing and Los Alamos National Laboratory have jointly announced the Transversal STR architecture, a groundbreaking co-designed quantum computing framework specifically optimized for neutral atom hardware. This architecture achieves an impressive 250-fold speedup for fault-tolerant quantum simulation, while dramatically reducing the physical qubit overhead required. The key innovation eliminates the computationally expensive process of magic state distillation and discrete gate synthesis that typically constrains quantum systems. By integrating quantum low-density parity check codes, the architecture further reduces physical qubit requirements to just 1/500 - 3,000 qubits, while maintaining performance advantages. This breakthrough represents a significant advance toward practical quantum advantage in materials, science, and physics simulations. The National Science Foundation has announced the selection of 5 additional research teams for the National Quantum Virtual Laboratory Program, expanding the initiative with a collective investment of $20 million. This expansion strengthens the distributed quantum computing research ecosystem by bringing new institutional expertise and capabilities into the program. The selected teams are advancing critical research in quantum networking, distributed quantum computing architectures, and virtual quantum laboratory interfaces. This NSF investment represents a significant commitment to building the foundational technologies required for practical quantum internet infrastructure. The NQVL program plays a crucial role in accelerating the transition from standalone quantum computers to integrated quantum networks that can distribute quantum computing resources across institutions. The introduction of 5G Advanced, representing 3GPP Release 18, has been transformative for mobile edge computing infrastructure supporting smart cities and industrial applications. This new standard enables networks to support up to 1 million connected devices per square kilometer, a capability essential for dense urban environments and large-scale industrial deployments. Network slicing technology creates dedicated private networks, with guaranteed bandwidth for time-sensitive applications such as autonomous vehicle control loops and industrial robotics. Innovative edge deployment extends beyond terrestrial networks, as low Earth orbit satellites now carry onboard computers that process data autonomously, analyzing images locally instead of transmitting all data back to Earth. This distributed processing approach, called Space Edge, reduces data transmission latency to approximately 1 second, enabling real-time decision-making at the network periphery. A major development in late 2025 and early 2026 has been the deployment of neuromorphic chips at the industrial edge, representing a fundamental shift in how edge intelligence is delivered. Neuromorphic processors, designed to function like biological brains, consume extraordinarily low power while performing complex event-driven tasks. Chips such as Initeris Pulsar deliver approximately 26 trillion operations per second while consuming just 2.5 watts, making them ideal for battery-powered industrial sensors and edge devices. This efficiency enables organizations to deploy intelligent edge computing capabilities throughout factories and manufacturing facilities without requiring continuous power supply. The low power consumption and exceptional performance per watt make neuromorphic processors the enabling technology for next-generation industrial automation, where every connected device can perform local AI inference without draining batteries. Bitcoin experienced significant market volatility on June 26, 2026, dropping to $58,000 as macroeconomic headwinds triggered widespread liquidation of leveraged positions. The correction wiped out approximately $1.26 billion in leveraged trades across the crypto market, affecting over 209,000 traders during the 24-hour period. The sell-off intensified around leveraged long-position liquidations, with over $450 million in shorts wiped out in approximately 1 hour. Bitcoin's decline from its May 25 peak of $77,623 now stands at 25% through June 26, marking a significant correction within the 2026 trading year. The underlying catalyst involves hotter-than-expected U.S. inflation data that reduced market expectations for Federal Reserve interest rate cuts, causing risk assets broadly to come under selling pressure. Binance announced that it is no longer providing services to European Union users after failing to secure approval under the Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation framework. The exchange made the strategic decision to withdraw its MiCA license application in Greece, acknowledging the regulatory challenges of operating cryptocurrency services within the EU's comprehensive digital asset regulatory framework. EU users will experience service disruptions as the exchange transitions away from providing direct market access within European jurisdictions. However, Binance has indicated it is pursuing alternative approaches to maintain some level of European presence, despite this regulatory setback. This development highlights the ongoing tension between cryptocurrency exchanges seeking global reach and increasingly stringent regulatory requirements in major market jurisdictions. Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more content, and stay updated with the latest technology news.